All right. So, good afternoon or good morning, everyone. I do want to give a quick introduction to the Know Your Anoles assignment. All right. So, first thing, what the heck is an anole? As you can imagine, based on the cute little dancing reptile on the screen, they are lizards. Okay, so let's take a look at how two population of lizards can drive each other to evolve. Okay, and so they're kind of going to compete and it's going to change how they interact with each other. So throughout this assignment, which is for the in-person day on March 4th or March 5th, I want you to consider these four basic questions that are going to drive us through the next week or so before spring break. So, what is a species? Question number one is what does it mean to be a species? What do animals need to survive? That is question number two. Question number three is how do mutations contribute to the success of a species? So there's a process here that we've been talking about, but I want you to consider how do those mutations factor in? And then next and last question is can reproductive isolation benefit two species? These are kind of abstract, out of this world sort of questions, but I do want you to consider them as we go throughout our lesson for the day. So, first things first, I do want you to watch a quick video about what anoles are. So, I'm not going to play it on this video. I'm just going to link it into the description. It'll also be in your daily activities list. So, make sure you watch that video. So, as you learned from the video, anoles are cute little lizards that live in the southeast of the United States as well as in the Caribbean and a lot of the tropical areas. They're actually kind of adorable. I actually used to have some as a kid, but they can be green in this case or they can be brown, and they've got this little dewlap. It's not a double chin, all right, but it is there to help them attract mates and to also warn off danger. So, very cool little lizards, but why are they important for us today? So, we're going to watch another video, very quick, and a 2-minute video, just to give you an idea of how we are going to interact and learn from these anoles. So, want you to watch that video. It'll also be in the description, and it'll also be on your daily list of activities. Go ahead and watch that video, all right, and then come back to this one. Okay, so we can see there are two main types of anoles that they have been studying because at one point they became basically two different species through the process of speciation because they changed so much over time. They were no longer able to reproduce together. So they have become two different species. So we can see these green anoles and these brown anoles engage in competition. Now, I'm not talking about your US Grant versus Capitol Hill competition in football or soccer. I'm talking about them competing for resources. That could be food, that could be water, that could be space, okay, where they need to survive, right? So they have to fight for these resources. So we can see these two anoles here competing, possibly for space or food, or I mean, we can't read their minds, but they are competing for something. They're fighting over resources. Okay. So we also know, of course, they do display the cute little dewlap. If you've ever been down to Florida, you'll usually see these guys just sitting on the sidewalk. So what I really want you to think about as we look at the worksheet that we're about to take a look at is what is the most important stuff. Now, I've already highlighted some things, but I do want you to kind of highlight your own ideas. So let me just zoom in here so y'all can see this. All right, I know my screen is unable to load file. Okay. Uh, all right, that's fun. I'm not really not your fancy YouTuber or anything, so it's probably gonna be in the video. Sorry, I'm not very good at videos yet, but I'll get there. Okay. 1 second if I can zoom in or if it's gonna yell at me again. Please let me zoom in. Yay! Okay, don't know what was wrong with that. So This is the worksheet that you now have a copy of. Please make sure you are saving these worksheets. The new teacher should be coming in any day now. I don't know what he's going to grade or what he's not going to grade. I'll hopefully get a chance to talk to him about it, but you should be saving these worksheets in your Google Drive. Don't delete them. Make sure you get them finished because they are going to be possibly graded in the future. So you've watched this video, which is my video, which I'll link once I've uploaded this. And of course, the HHMI video, that was the second video in the PowerPoint. This gives you an overview of the sort of competition that the brown anoles and the green anoles are having. So I want you to make sure that you are going through, you're highlighting important things. I've bolded and highlighted some important things, but you should also be highlighting like, okay, I want to highlight in purple because I like purple, and you're highlighting things that are important to you. Okay, so you have two key studies here. So the scientists measured the perch height of the green anoles on invaded islands and uninvaded islands. So when an invasion happens, that means the brown anoles also live there. And so we look at how the anoles act when there are brown anoles present. So this is just the perch height of the green anoles. And so we can look at that and be like, oh, okay. So the green anoles went higher when there were brown anoles on the island, and they didn't really seem to care when there were no brown anoles on the island. So they just kind of stayed in the same area. And so they did basically a study about how they perched, and then you're going to answer some questions about that study. Okay, again, tried to highlight, bold some things that are important there, give you places to answer your questions. All right, all this comes from the graph information. And then there's three other questions that pertain or related to the second study, which is about whether whether these sticky pads on the hands or the paws, the hands of the anoles, how many pads did they have and how big were their hands? So actually how many sticky pads and then actually the actual size of their foots or their foot pads. And so again, separated by uninvaded island was only green anoles, and the invaded island with the green and the brown. And so your goal over the next three questions is to use this information to compare and sort of interpret that information based on what you've been given. So it's only 10 questions. So once you've watched this video and the two other videos, make sure you download this worksheet and complete it. As always, you can always email me with questions at miss.y.bio@gmail.com. You can also share your document with me. When you're done, if you want some feedback on it, I'm more than happy to look it over. All right. But otherwise, get that finished at home whenever you're not working on this at school. So this is a school day worksheet. And if you're at home, then please make sure that you're just finishing up the choice board from Tuesday and Wednesday. As always, good luck on all the standardized tests that are coming up. Please stay safe. Please keep wearing your masks and stay home if you can. I love you all very much, and I miss you all very much. And I am always here if you need anything. Just shoot me an email.